Well, we were before Justice Tagu, and we argued that we were acting for Mr. Mfundo Mulilo and Honorable Rasta Makam. And so the argument was that the state should provide safety nets during this lockdown in the form of food, in the form of water, in the form of money. As you know, we've been there for the whole day, and the judgment has been reserved in the matter.
Would you tell us what were the leading issues that you raised in court and the point of law?
We were arguing that the Constitution provides for a right to life. The Constitution provides for a right to health. And if you are going to lock down people in a country where 95% of the people are unemployed, in a country where 79% of the people are living in extreme poverty, then you have a problem. So if you're going to lock down people in, give them food, otherwise they'll go out, and that will be a threat to the right to life itself and the right to health. So safety nets must be provided for by the state. Those were the key arguments.
And from the government perspective, what were their objections to your applications?
Well, they basically, we sued 4 respondents. So the Minister of Health was saying it's not my problem, it's the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Local Government was saying it's not my problem, it's the Minister of Finance. So in fact there was no opposition, they both accepted that, and which is why we're hopeful that the court will issue an order allowing the executive to issue a statutory instrument that recognizes safety nets.
Do you think there will be an extension of the lockdown, and if so, do you think it's going to be very effective, or is it advisable for us as a nation to actually have an extension of a lockdown?
The coronavirus is science, so that answer must be provided for by data. But unfortunately, we are not testing. Zimbabwe so far has done less than 500 tests. So in the absence of data, the authorities do not have a basis for making a decision of extending or not extending. In our view, there's no point in locking down people unless you are actually testing. The whole idea of a lockdown is to enable the cycle. Remember, the disease requires 4 days in order to make 14 days in order to mature. So if within those 14 days you are not observing your people, you are not testing, there's no point in a lockdown. So without the basis of data, there's no point in a lockdown. But every country that is locking down, it's doing something. It is carrying out massive tests, and that is what is missing in Zimbabwe.
Biti, just digress a bit. IMF lifted about 20 African countries from the issue of debt relief, but Zimbabwe was excluded. What's your opinion?
First, let me explain that Zimbabwe actually doesn't owe money to the IMF. We cleared that. What Zimbabwe has been denied is the opportunity to participate in a huge relief fund that has been set up by the IMF with $50 billion to help fight COVID. We've been denied that, and the reason why we've been denied that is explained in the Article 4 report of the fund that was issued on the 28th of March 2020, and we've been denied because of our bad politics. We are beating up people, we are arresting people, we are murdering people, we are stealing elections. Also our mismanagement of the economy. We still living way beyond our means. The central bank is printing money. In 2019, it printed money by 300%, the increase in broad money supply, M3. So in a situation where 20 of the West African cases, of the West African countries, the Sao Tomes of this world, the Principes of this world, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Malawi, for Christ's sake, Zimbabwe is not found there. We are bad, and not just bad, terribly bad.
What is your advice then?
They must resign.
What is your advice?
They must resign. There are 2 people that must resign in this country. It's Mtuli Mube and DJ Obedaya.